Okay. All right. All right. Look. Um. I want to talk about something real quick. Let me just make sure that this is all working correctly, the way it's supposed to. Right. Um. Yo. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. All right. Look. We're just gonna get right on into it. Um. So. Uh. I was kind of, watching a lot of these major streamers for COD, right? Like a few of them, right? Not really the major one, just like I think I checked out like a little bit of what's his name? I forgot his name, bro. That shit's gonna fuck with me. Um, but anyways, right? I was kind of checking out some of the some of the streams. God damn it! What the fuck happened there? That shit should have been charging. Hold on, let me move this can real quick. Anyways, oh, I remember now. Uh, so I saw a stream from what's his name, Doctor Disrespectful, and I appreciate his work. You know what I mean? I really do, bro. Um, and so I noticed he was streaming, right? I didn't really hang around that long, but uh, I checked out some other videos, right, that people dropped and shit like that. Um, phase, you know what I mean? Everybody's like everybody who fucks with COD, and so I was like, "Yo, Warzone." The homie told me like 2 days ago. He was like, Warzone 2.0 is about to come out, and he's like, they're gonna shut down Warzone in like 3 days. So I was like, oh shit, right? Um, he's like, and the new Warzone won't come out until like 2023. So I'm seeing like, I don't know if it's working or not, right? But when I jump in, uh, I've run into this terms of agreement, and well, let's see what we're getting into, right? I was reading a little bit of the terms of agreement, and I was actually reading certain things, right? I pretty much was gonna skip it, but then I thought about it, and they're saying for residents outside Europe, Union, and the United Kingdom, except for Section 18, blah blah blah. The rights to modify this agreement at any, basically saying I think Activision is the one in control. They have the right to change the agreement and all this shit, right? Uh, you'll be asked. So watch up here at the top, right? It says you will have the option to refuse the amended agreement, but if you do, you will no longer be able to use such Activision products and services, and right. And when I was reading, this is why I have to skip through it, because I got to here and I was like, well, let's see what some of the terms are. Uh, right here, I think at the bottom. Uh, watch. It says let's see. Changes to the terms of this agreement will not affect your rights, will not substantially change the contractual balance between you and Activision. Watch, this is where I was like, what the fuck? Because I scanned across, I was like, I'm gonna scan real quick, and I scanned across this. So this is the lawyers, right? I'm pretty sure telling you um, that what? Let me read that again. I was like, what the fuck? So we advise you to check whether the terms of the agreement have been updated each time you use uh, Activision products and services. When I kind of scanned across like the check, you know what I mean, updated each time Activision product services, I was like, wait, each time? I was like, who the fuck is going to do that, right? Changes to the terms of this agreement will not affect your rights, will not substantially change. So they're saying it won't, uh, change the contractual balance between you and us. It's saying, and will not have retroactive effect if you are resident in Germany, and modification of the terms. Nothing in this agreement is intended to exclude, restrict, or modify residents in Australia, New Zealand. Nothing in this agreement is intended to exclude, and it just goes on, right? But I was like, I started reading it, I was like, this shit's getting interesting. Uh, it says, wait, wait, wait. that cannot restrict it or modify it, an agreement between us, the non excludable rights. We acknowledge that in Australia for major failures with any services, you are entitled to A, cancel the contract for the relevant service, and B, a refund of the unused portion or to compensation for the reduced value of the relevant service. For a major failure with any goods, you are entitled to a replacement or refund. If a failure with the goods or services does not amount to major failure, you are entitled to have the failure re- rectified in a reasonable time, and that is not done. If that is not done, you are entitled to a refund for the goods and a refund of the unused portion of services. You are also entitled to be compensated for any other reasonable, foreseeable loss, damage from a failure in the goods or services. I was like, what the fuck? Just like the way this shit's crazy, bro. Like, there's so much money involved, and what's crazy is I think to myself, right? Like when I'm playing, I'm like, what the fuck do they do to these hackers, people that actually get caught? Because for one, right, it could be good in the sense of like it causes publicity, right? The whole thing with like, I don't have to say no one's names, bro. Like this, just the whole scandals and whatever, right? Like in a sense, that could cause sales to go up. But to me, I look at it as like, dude, there's a lot of this going on out here nowadays. It's just people ruining their image to make money or whatever, right? Like, but I don't see them doing that, bro. I don't know why. I don't see the company like trying to throw away their image, right? For some cheaters, right? Uh, the majority of people that fucking, are good. Well, there's a good amount of people out there that are just naturally good at Call of Duty, bro. Um, I've met a few of them, right? So, um, I've heard stories. I've heard people say that they've been charged for hacking. As far as like people I've met out here in the communities, I've heard someone tell me they got charged for hacking. Took them to court, reasonable amount of money or whatever, right? Um, it wasn't that crazy, but they got penalized for it. So now, right, the homie's not just, he's not hacking, but people do exploit the software and they try to, whatever, right? And I don't know. I've heard people go as far as to say that GTA throws people in these lobbies. You know what I mean? Whenever the software detects that they've glitched, so many times or used hacks or whatever, right? Pretty much like in this really shitty lobby with shitty people and whatever. But there's also, I know people get banned, people create new accounts, right? Uh, I see some really crazy work going on over there in Rust. Motherfuckers are banning people doing detective work. Fucking Daisy, they're fucking doing detective work. Like I'm not talking about the Call of Duty shit that people try to, these conspiracies and you know, strong and independent, whatever, right? Nah, bro, I'm talking about like like they catching these cheaters right-handed, right? Whatever, because they have control over these servers, right? It's different here, and Call of Duty, I don't know why, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's wondering that. There's a lot of people wondering that. But I feel like I'm getting a little bit of insight as to, you know what I mean, what we have to, what we're working with as a collective, as far as, all of us trying to have a decent experience, bro, playing the game. I understand some people don't give a fuck. They're just trying to make money. And there's a whole lot of shit going on. But watch. Here we go. This is kind of where I left off. Uh, so we're looking at the terms of agreement. I think one, two, three. Um, License conditions, limited use license. Let's see what the fuck we're really like. People are talking about, or at least they're, you know, bring like whatever. I've never really done this too many times, but let's see what the fuck is going on here. Services and additional terms of service, use of certain features, including online multiplayer components or updated features, require assent to additional terms of service. Now, another thing is that this shit, I'm wondering, right, if this shit could turn into a legal battle, because I feel like that's where this shit's going, is like gaming companies are going to start having to hold fucking cheaters accountable somehow. And I'm like, I was thinking that shit yesterday. Like, there's no way, bro. Like, that shit's crazy, bro. To be holding people, and like like what? Gonna be charging people for cheating in video games? That shit's crazy, bro. But 2022, like, who knows? Who knows? So let's see what the fuck else is going on here. 'Cause this is some serious legal shit. I mean, I'm signing a fucking agreement. Um, if you do not assent to the additional terms of service, you may not be able to access or use additional features subject to additional terms of service. Limited use license. Subject to any system requirements, Activision grants you the non exclusive, non transferable, limited right limited right and license to install and use one copy of the software components of the program solely for your personal use. All rights not specifically granted are reserved by Activision. The program is licensed, not sold, for your use. Your license confers no title or ownership in the program and should not be construed as a sale of any rights in the program. This agreement shall also apply to patches or updates that you may obtain from the program unless the patch or update is accompanied by additional terms. You acknowledge and agree that other than license granted to you by this agreement, you shall not have ownership or property in interest in any product or service provided content as defined below, including without limitation online accounts, any virtual currency or goods, and you further acknowledge and agree that to the fullest extent permitted by applicable law, all rights in and to such products and service provided content are and shall forever be owned by and inner to the benefit of Activision. That's crazy. For residents outside North America. I've never really read these things, bro. I've heard people say there's some crazy shit, though. For the avoidance of doubt, nothing in Section 2 shall limit your rights to sell and transfer the physical media containing the program which you have rightfully purchased. This license is subject to the following limitations. The license limitation is serious violation of this agreement. Result in immediate termination of your license. And if you are a resident outside North America, additional consequences set out in Section 8.2c and continued use of the program will be an infringement. You agree that you will not do or allow infringement of Activision's copyrights and other rights in and to the program. You agree that you will not do or allow any of the following: exploit the program commercially, subject to any system requirements, use the program on more than one system at the same time. Why? Make copies of the program in whole or in part without limiting the foregoing clause. Copy the program. You agree that you will not copy the program onto a hard drive or other storage device unless the program itself makes a copy during installation or unless you are downloading the program from an authorized Activision online retailer. Use the program in a network, multi-user arrangement, or remote access agreement, including any online use except as included in the program functionality. Okay, subject right here, including any online use except included in the program functionality. Sell, rent, lease, license, distribute, or otherwise transfer the program subject to laws and reverse that you agree not to reverse engineer unless expressly permitted by Activision. Derive source code, modify, decompile, disassemble, or create derivative works of the software and other proprietary technology in the program. That's crazy. Derive source code, modify, decompile, disassemble. They're saying don't break the shit or create der- derivative works of the software and other proprietary technology in the program in whole or in part. Create, develop, modify, offer, make available, distribute, host, promote, advertise, use any unauthorized software programs to gain advantage in any offline, online, or multiplayer game modes, including but not limited to cheats, automation software bots, modded lobbies, hacks, mods, or engaging in any form of cheating, boosting, or booting. Such behavior will be subject to sanction at Activision's discretion. For more information, see the program's applicable security and enforcement policy available at support.activision.com. That's crazy, bro. 9. Uh, you will not remove, disable, or circumvent any proprietary notices or labels contained on or within the program. Use, access, download, or otherwise export, re export, or transfer the program in contravention of applicable. Anyways, right? That's what I'm talking about. And I'm not too sure what happens, bro, to a hacker once it gets inside of a courtroom. That's an interesting topic, though. All right, so let's uh let's read this. Let's read this. We'll check it out when they update it. Yup, yup. Let's let's agree to the agree. Wait, what happened? Wait. No, No. Yes. Oh. Let's let's do what it does. Okay, accept. The fuck? Why did it do that? That was so weird. It just restarted. Fuck. Are we already seeing bugs in the shit? In the system?
We're gonna have
I hope not.
fun.
Please install Warzone Caldera. Warzone under maintenance until November 28th. Okay. So now what? Warzone 2.0 on. Okay.
We're gonna have some fun.
Caldera's coming back. God damn it. I. You better not have purchased shit, bruh. That shit's crazy. What the fuck is going on? Warzone 2.0. This. Minute.